Welcome to another episode of Positive Pulse. I'm your host, Rashid Holder, and today, as you can hear from the noise in the background, we are speaking with members of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association as they tell us all about the Barbados National Culinary Competition, the impact that they're seeking to have, and the participants, the people that are going to be involved in this national competition. Episode of Positive Pulse, we speak with Greg and Adrian from the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. Welcome, guys, to Positive Pulse.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So let me just jump straight into the meat of the matter, no pun intended. What is the Barbados Culinary Competition, Greg?
So the Barbados National Culinary Competition is a fair and transparent way to select the best chefs in Barbados to go and compete at the regional Taste of the Caribbean competition that's hosted by our parent association, the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, in November. So that's the primary purpose of the competition. How it worked is that we did an open call for participants. Any person who is a chef that is a member of the BHTA, and that doesn't only mean persons who work in bigger hotels or restaurants, but persons who have their own business that might want to sign up. We did a call for them to register for the competition. We had 4 different categories. We had pastry chefs, mixologists, junior chefs, and senior chefs. The pastry chef competition was held here at the Grill on Wednesday, the 28th of September, and then on the 29th of September, the mixology, junior, and senior chefs competitions were held at LESC.
Right, so I would not have been able to participate because I am not a member of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. I mean, I consider myself as some person with good culinary skills, but I don't know if it would have made the final selection.
But you could have, if you had a business of your own, you could have signed up for membership. You could contact the office. We would guide you through the steps, and then you could participate in the competition.
So how long has this competition been going on?
It's been going on for quite a few years now. The exact date that the regional competition started eludes me, but the last time the competition was held was in 2019, before COVID. At the regional level, Barbados would have won gold. So
kudos to the Barbados team.
Of course, Barbados is the culinary capital of the region. You know, we prove it every year by winning gold at Taste of the Caribbean, right? So we want to continue that legacy, which is why we have this competition to select the best and the brightest of the culinary talent in Barbados.
So let me ask Adrian this question then. Who are some of the persons participating in the competition this year?
So in pastry we have Rakina and we have Cassia. In mixology we have Alex and Ria. And the new guy Roger, he just added to the list. Senior chef, we have Ronaldo and Patrick. And in junior, we have Jade and Dijon. So they would have been selected of the same competition he spoke about there. We chose the top 2. So number 1 would be in their respective category would be the bartender of the year, chef of the year.
So this is the creme de la creme that we're capturing here at this event.
Correct. So we have the first 2. And then from that, we choose the creme de la creme.
We're really top tier here now.
Top tier of that.
Je ne sais quoi.
So they will be selected very soon. We have to submit the names to CSG very soon. So over the last 5 weeks, they'll be all the noise you hear in the background, as you said, they'll be mixing and shaking and stir frying and creating concepts.
I don't know if they have any samples in the background that you might be able to try.
Samples coming out in next about half an hour or so.
You just gotta stick around after the interview, no problem. So what impact is the organization seeking to have by holding an event of this nature?
Well, it's to develop the youth and develop the chefs beyond just winning gold in Miami every year. You want to have a flirtatious amount of chefs coming through. seeking culinary competitions for me in career, it gives you that boost.
Yeah.
It gives you that notice in public.
You've participated in the competition in previous
Yes.
years gone by.
Yes, since 2010. Right. So it gave me my career boost.
Yeah.
People come in to see, he won Caribbean Chef of the Year. He won with the team of the year. So then you get a lot of catering jobs. You get a lot of food and rum.
Yeah.
Do a lot.
It basically helps to put some of the participants or all of the participants on the map, so to speak.
Correct.
Give them greater recognition, and obviously highlights, the creativity and obviously the talent that is here within our local pool.
Definitely it does. Definitely.
And I mean, you spoke about youth development. Can you, engage me a bit more specifically on that? What's the importance of youth development in this competition?
So we have a sustainability of chefs going forward in the competition.
Yeah.
As we get older, any genre, any discipline,
Yeah.
always need the youths to come up. You always need to train and develop the youths. That's why CHTA have the junior chef competition.
Correct.
They're very specific. You have to be 21 or under with a yearly competition.
Yeah.
So that keeps a lot of young talent coming through and gives the young chefs opportunity to work along with some bigger chefs.
And have you seen a lot of interest from younger participants over the years that the competition has been going on?
Yeah, definitely. You see a lot coming up from hotel school, a lot coming from Peter Edie's kitchen, because he was a former manager to the team.
Yeah.
A lot coming from the hotels. And they usually push the young ones, and they're more willing, more
They're eager and definitely want to
that
come.
That fire is burning in them to come, so we don't shut them down.
Correct.
Give any opportunity to the competition starting back. The BHTA have a plan for this year and for next year, rolling up for the next couple of years. So that's what that's our first choice is the main goal in November, but our second first choice is to develop the youth going forward in the next couple of years.
Well, it sounds like you're definitely doing some wonderful work by having this competition on. Why? That's the question I have for you here now, Greg. Why is this competition important?
Okay.
From a developmental and obviously from a national perspective.
Okay, so there are several responses to that question, and I can speak for an hour on that, but I won't.
Yeah, right? we can keep it concise.
Yes, I'll keep it concise. So for the BHTA, one of the core reasons is based on our mandate around education and youth engagement within tourism. We say in Barbados, tourism is our business. Tourism is also a service-oriented business, which means our people in our companies have to be top-notch in order to keep the high quality of service that people expect when they come to Barbados.
Correct.
In order to do that, as Adrian mentioned, we have to train the next generation. So this is just one element of a wide-ranging framework that the BHTA has to train the next generation of workers within the sector.
So this competition essentially could be viewed then as a developmental tool.
Yes. So one of the things we're looking to do as well, coming off of this competition, is that we want not only to have the training for the first and the second place persons who would have participated in the local competition, but also to expand to other persons who might be interested in taking on the training. Because at the end of the day, the training here is invaluable. You have some of the top chefs, I would dare say, in the region, training our young people here on culinary abilities. So that's something a lot of young up-and-coming chefs who want to participate in.
Yeah.
So you want to have a program where we open that again to the participants, the persons who won, the persons who might not have won or qualified, but also people who might want to participate as well. We also want to focus more on the success skills as well, because we want to create well-rounded professionals.
Correct.
I know a lot of the chefs in the back, their goal is to have their own place. In order to have their own place, you need to know finance, you need to know management, HR, marketing,
different aspects
skills
of business.
So we want to eventually get to a holistic training program to create the top culinary professionals in this region.
Well, that sounds like a mission and something definitely achievable. And I want to thank you both for joining me today here on Positive.
Persons always felt that you had to be a representative under a hotel or a restaurant, etc. However, if you have your own food and beverage type business, you can also become a member of BHTA. We have many businesses that are not just a traditional hotel or villa or restaurant. As we do know, those skills persons, especially if they get into catering, a lot of them do their on the side job of catering or mixologists. Many of them do their trade in the wedding circuit as well. And all of these are products of the tourism industry. So you can come and register your business as well with us in order to compete. If we use one example, let's say Chef Damien Leach. There are what he told me is that for 3 different times that he attended, he had never won. Now there's not many chefs outside of Barbados that can even stand up to Chef Damien Leach. So he has gone on numerous occasions and he was not a winner in the first instance, but now he is winning. Now he's looking towards leading teams. He has his own restaurant and he's doing a lot of catering.
In a previous conversation, you would have spoken to Greg and Adrian from the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. Continuing with that discourse, we have participants and coaches from the Barbados National Culinary Competition speaking with us today about the impact of the competition and some of the other experiences that they've gained through participating and being involved in the competition. Damien, Rakina, and Alex, welcome to Positive Pulse, and thank you for joining us here today.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having us.
Rakina, you soft-spoken?
No.
Because I was asking if you were shy, so good, just soft-spoken then.
Probably.
A little bit?
Yeah.
All right, you don't make a lot of noise unless you're in the kitchen. Well, let me start with Damien. Or let me just pose this general question to everyone here. What would have motivated you guys to join this competition and be involved in it?
Well, for me, I've always wanted to make the Barbados culinary team. Like, as from the time I left Palmer, that's all I wanted to do. And I tried many years, and I never made it. I always lost. But I finally won it in 2016, and I went on to represent Barbados, and I would have won Caribbean Chef of the Year. And since then, I've competed a lot and won some other awards over there. And now I think I've reached the point where all the knowledge I gained from these competitions, I'm now ready to pass on to somebody else. So that's how I got involved in it, and that's why I'm coaching this year, because I think I have a lot of competition knowledge to pass on to the young up-and-coming chefs.
Like Rakina?
Like Rakina for two.
So Rakina, what motivated you to get involved in the competition?
So I guess like Damien would have said, I feel like everybody that does the culinary course or is interested in culinary, they always want to be a part of the Barbados team.
Yeah.
The whole, you will see the chefs get to do different events and work with different people, get the exposure to travel. It's really intriguing and something that you will be interested in if you're really passionate about what you do for your career.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, I'm going to apply, I'm going to try and see if I get through, and here I am.
Oh, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Mr. Alexander Da Vinci himself, the mixologist of the Caribbean, like you a grand welcome and a grand intro.
For me, I first competed in 2018. It was a challenge. I did tell the guys I can compete in the next competition, but I didn't expect it to be the culinary competition.
Yeah.
I was very green, and I entered and I competed. Came third, and they allowed the first 5 to train and learn things. And it was exciting for me. I was excited to learn new things that I wouldn't see before.
Yeah.
So that's what drove me to stay and learn and improve.
So we get involved, we see exactly how the competition works, what experiences, what has, the impact of it made to each of you? Or how has it impacted you?
The competition?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's been tremendous for my career. Because obviously I would have went out there and I did well. We came back with awards.
Yeah.
So I give you an example I do a lot of catering as well. Because it's an easier sell, because you could sell catering by Damien Leach, or you could sell it as award-winning Damien Leach, right? So now you got
so last year's price is not this year's price.
Right,
Good.
so that kind of thing. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities that I've been blessed with because of it. So I do a lot of work with the BTMI. We travel to some amazing places promoting Barbados.
Yeah.
And all of that stemmed from the BHTA culinary team.
Now, I can be honest, right? When I see, all of what you're doing, I kind of feel like I'm missing out. I see you traveling, I see you, cooking up and mixing up all host of different tasty treats. And I'm like, I think I may have gotten into the wrong field. So, Rakina, you've been involved in the competition. How has it impacted you?
For me, it has given me exposure so far, just from winning the competition to be part of the team.
Yeah.
It piqued my Instagram. So many people started following me, and people will see me and be like, oh, you're the lady from the paper. Congratulations. So it gives me motivation to keep going, and I know that's just the beginning of a great start.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen, Alex at a host of different events, mixing up this and putting a little mint in that. Obviously this competition has allowed you to garner some more recognition in your field.
I agree. It took me from a different level. I think it was overseas the next month.
Yeah.
So things happen in a grand way because of what you put forward for your country. So for me, it was a big change.
Thinking outside of the box seems to be a resonating theme with all of you. So I want to take this opportunity to wish the team well in the competition, and looking forward to all of you bringing home some more awards, some gold medals, getting that recognition obviously at the regional level as well. And lastly, I want to thank you for joining me here on Positive Pulse. We've been speaking with members and participants of the Barbados National Culinary Competition, their team, and definitely want to wish them well in whatever they're doing coming up. Going forward, we can eat some food too. I am Rashid Holder. This has been another episode of Positive Pulse.